This is Valley News Live at 5.
Breaking news this evening. Cheers are ringing out in Minneapolis after Derek Chauvin was found guilty on all 3 charges against him. That's what the 12-person jury decided in the trial of the former Minneapolis police officer in the death of George Floyd. Here's a live look in Minneapolis right now. The crowds started growing late this afternoon as word got out about a verdict being reached. The crowd chanting all 3 counts shortly after the verdict was read. The jury reached its decision after about 10 hours of deliberations over 2 days. The maximum sentence he could face, Chauvin, for the second-degree murder charge is 40 years, 25 years for third-degree murder, and 10 years for second-degree manslaughter. Chauvin is expected to be sentenced in about 8 weeks. Reaction also pouring in surrounding the verdict locally. People are commenting on our Valley News Live Facebook page, where you can also get involved. Valley News Team's Nashay Taylor is tracking down Faith Dixon, an activist with Black Lives Matter. She joins us now from NDSU with the latest. Nashay?
Yeah, Andrea, it's been an emotional moment since the verdict has been handed down. As you can see behind me, there are some folks that are standing outside the NDSU Memorial Union to stand together in this moment. Earlier today, we spoke to Faith Dixon, where she expressed that she was at a loss for words and that she's happy that justice has finally been served. She also explained that she was happy on the outside, but in the inside, she was still concerned that more needed to be done.
But we are still dying on the inside because we still see no change. Wake up, America. Wake up. Where's the empathy? Where is the empathy?
Currently, these folks standing outside the Memorial Union, they're getting ready to go into an open forum that's being put together by some students here and the Black Lives Matter movement. So we'll see. We're going to head in to see what's happening with that, but I'll send it back to you, Andrea.
All right. Thanks, Nashay. Governor Tim Walz is expected to give a statement on the verdict in about 30 minutes. We will be streaming this on our website, valleynewslive.com. Fargo Public Schools says its teachers and staff have resources to support the emotional needs of those impacted by the trial. When it comes to our weather, hang in there. We are 1 day away from warmer temperatures. Let's check in with Hutch to find out how this evening's forecast looks. Hutch?
Andrea, good evening. Thanks. And as we head into the evening hours, we still have areas that are undergoing some north winds, cloudy skies, and snow showers. Here is a look at the Dakota Magic Casino camera, part of our Storm Team Skycam network, and reaching the ground, a few flakes just off to the west. In fact, it's covered the ground as it made its way across Highway 11 in Ashley. Melting away, though, fairly quickly. Here's a look at that batch of snow swirling its way through northeast South Dakota now, near Aberdeen and Webster, where we see the blues and whites, the dark blues and whites. That's where it's heaviest. Along and south of Interstate 94, still passing snow showers this evening, but more could take hold as we go through the overnight hours. Most of us are in the 30s as we head into the evening hours. Your forecast for Fargo shows we'll dip into the 20s by bedtime tonight, mostly cloudy skies. And again, flakes will be a part of the forecast right up into your morning. I'll have details on the rest of your forecast coming up here in just a few moments. But for now, I got to tell you, things are looking a little bit better, as you alluded to, Andrea.
Okay, thanks, Hutch. A Fargo man will serve 10 years in prison after court documents say he stabbed his girlfriend 5 times. Jason O'Neill pleaded guilty to the attempted murder charge from August 2020. Investigators say a fight happened after O'Neill's girlfriend confronted him about cheating allegations. Officers found him about 2 blocks away from the apartment and arrested him. O'Neill will get credit for time already served. He will also serve 5 years of probation once he's out of prison. Tonight, a Barnesville teacher is on leave from his teaching and coaching duties after being arrested over the weekend. Stuart Brandt was arrested on Saturday after a fight with his roommate. Court documents state that he shoved her, grabbed her arms and neck, and punched her. Brandt has been employed by the school district for 2 years and works as the elementary Phi Ed teacher, head wrestling coach, and junior high baseball coach. A juvenile male is facing several charges after allegedly assaulting 2 people in the Fargo South High School parking lot. School officials say a female student alerted the school resource officer about the incident after school on Friday. The officer asked the male who knew the female to leave campus, but he refused and began allegedly assaulting the female and another male student. The officer used his taser and the juvenile was arrested. School leaders say he is not a student with Fargo Public Schools. A piece of machinery in Grand Forks caught on fire, causing $10,000 in damages. Authorities say it happened at the state mill at around 8 o'clock last night. The sprinklers in the building went off, so the fire was contained to the single piece of equipment. Firefighters believe it was caused by a mechanical failure. No one was hurt. Meanwhile, Bemidji firefighters are crediting smoke alarms with saving the lives of 3 people. This picture was shared by the fire department after a fire broke out at a mobile home on Sunday. The home has major damage and one person was taken to a hospital with a burn injury. Fire officials believe the fire was accidental. The Jesus statue at St. Mary's Cathedral in downtown Fargo is now clean after someone put black paint on its face. The Fargo Diocese says they don't know who cleaned it off or who vandalized it, but they plan to do a damage assessment. Fargo police say they are still investigating the matter and will release details on the suspect as they receive them. Several businesses in the area are now working to help prevent catalytic converter thefts. These businesses will mark your converter for free while your vehicle's in their shop. Police say marking them will prevent thieves from taking them because most scrap yards or shops won't buy converters that are marked. To find a list of participating businesses, you can log on to our website, valleynewslive.com. In tonight's Legislative Watch, Governor Doug Burgum has signed a bill that eases restrictions on your right to use deadly force in self-defense. The legislation modifies the state's castle law and would allow someone to use deadly force without retreating in certain circumstances. At least 25 states have similar laws in place. Around the nation, the man accused of shooting and killing 1 person and injuring 2 more at a grocery store in Long Island is now in jail. It happened this morning at the Stop and Shop with about 200 shoppers inside. Police say the gunman went upstairs to the manager's office and shot 3 people there. A man who is believed to be around 49 years old was killed. 2 other people are being treated at area hospitals.
So I pulled into the parking lot and I got out of my car and I grabbed my bag and I went to walk to the door. And everybody seemed to start running out of the store, panicked and frantic. And some gentleman said to me, "Honey, don't go in there, don't go in there, there's an active shooter." So I ran back to my car and left.
Police say they arrested Gabriel Wilson after a 4-hour manhunt. He worked at the store moving shopping carts. All of the victims were employees. It's now been 22 years since the mass shooting at Columbine High School in Colorado. On April 20th, 1999, 2 Columbine seniors went on a shooting spree inside the school, killing 12 of their classmates and 1 teacher before committing suicide. At least 20 others were hurt. More countries are being added to the do not travel list. Officials say they're boosting guidance to include 80% of countries worldwide due to the COVID-19 pandemic. There are currently 34 countries on the do not travel list, and getting to that 80% would mean the addition of nearly 130 countries. Turning to our vaccine coverage, North Dakota is helping vaccinate some of its neighbors to the north, Manitoba's truck drivers. Governor Burgum says vaccinating around 4,000 truckers who travel between the 2 countries will help keep those essential workers safe. This will also free up vaccination slots in Canada, which is seeing a shortage in shots. Those truckers can get vaccinated at the North Dakota DOT rest stop on I-29 near Drayton. The vaccination site is also open to any North Dakotans ages 16 and older. Vaccinations will take place from noon to 8 p.m. on Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. And we've got you covered when it comes to country music. Up next, how you can access a new channel that will put you inside the circle of everything country.
And as we close out our day, we see some snow showers just off to the west of the Dakota Magic Casino passing by. On radar, most of the activity is pressing south, but we could see a few more flakes before our warm-up begins. Details coming up right after this.